In today's MLB postseason recap, Kyle Schwarber hit a baseball to Neptune and no BS. This baseball, I think, reached terminal speed and is approaching a black hole in deep space. By the way, Clayton Kershaw, postseason Clayton Kershaw that is, showed up again. I hate saying it, but yeah, he was back in action last night. Vladdy. He did it again as well. Not a home run, but he hurt the Yankees, and I got to show some of the smack talking after the game and also bring up the fact that Anthony Volpe, he was historically pathetic. Milwaukee fans are hoping that Jake Bauers is sparking a big-time rally to overcome an early hole against the Cubs, and Javy Báez, guys, he's been El Mago this October. If you're brand new to the channel, my name's Fuzzy. We recap every baseball game almost every single day, so if you never want to miss out, leave a like and hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save 20 bucks off all of your tickets, and I went 3 for 3 on Underdog yesterday for the Mariners and Tigers game, so you're welcome. If you guys want to sign up with code Fuzzy and play along with me, you can do that. You also get a free pick for today's NFL game, and when you put in $5, they give you $100 instantly. But as always, please play responsibly. This first game was all Mariners through the first half. Josh Naylor, he was awesome. He had 3 base hits. He's scoring on a Dom Canzone RBI. Dom Canzone literally got 1 at bat, went 1 for 1 with an RBI, and then got pinch hit for Luke Raley for the rest of the game. Platoons are sometimes really funny, but I get it. Naylor, he's scoring again on a Robles double play, so no RBI. Cal, he knocked in another run. But then the Tigers started biting back. Bryce Miller, he was basically perfect through 4, but then he got torn up in the 5th. McKinstry, he scored thanks to a free Dylan Dingler double, and I say free because Randy Arozarena took a bad route, his second bad route of the postseason. Jahmai Jones, the lefty masher, he has been a godsend. And then Javy Báez, he's literally transformed back into El Mago in the playoffs. He tied it at 3, and then Riley Greene, he finally woke up and did something. The left-on-left crime, 455 feet, he deleted that baseball. McKinstry's driving in runs now, and Javy Báez is about to make it a 3 RBI game with a 2-run home run. He's batting .346 with 5 RBIs this playoffs. He actually made it a 4 RBI game, but I'm going to skip to Gleyber Torres, the 3rd home run for the Tigers. We have a game 5, so I want you guys to let me know in the comments down below. There's no game today because they have to travel back to Seattle, but then it's Tarek Skubal versus, I mean, at this point, it's not known, but it's got to be George Kirby, right? Because I believe he would be on 5 days rest, which is normal for a starting pitcher. I want you guys to let me know who's moving on to the ALCS. The Cubs are trying to avoid being swept, and it would be a sad way to go out with all of the cool stuff that they've done this year. They're trying to give the game away. I mean, what even was this? William Contreras got an infield fly ball. There was no communication. So not only is William safe, there was no one at second base. So Bryce Terang, who could have been thrown out easy, he's also safe now. Thankfully for Cubs fans, the Brewers only got 1 on a Sal Frelick sac fly. And again, they're lucky it wasn't fully broken open. Michael Busch, he got that run back. He's back in the starting lineup because he gets benched when lefties are on the bump. That's his 3rd long ball of the postseason at a kid. I am not a Brewers hater. I just really like Pete Crow-Armstrong a lot. That is a 2-run knock right there and a 3 spot off of Quinn Priester, so he's out. Nick Mears, he's for sure spiked the pitch, but it was aided in getting past the catcher by PCA stealing base because William was trying to throw out and then he tried to reach back. It just didn't work. It's 4-1 now, and that wild pitch ended up being the biggest difference because Jake Bauers, he did that random thing where he becomes Babe Ruth for a game. He had an RBI and then a Bauers blast, so out of nowhere he makes it 4-3. Wait, Jake Bauers is up again. The bases are loaded. 2 outs though. Brad Keller got in a whiff, so Keller goes for a 4-out save. He had a 2 ERA in the regular season, and he has 5 strikeouts and just 2 base hits in 3 games this postseason. He's been an awesome pickup. The starters just got announced. On the bump for Game 4, you have Freddie Peralta, who has dominated the current Chicago Cubs roster. When he faces them, he has a .162 opposing batting average and a 30% strikeout rate over 230 plate appearances. That is otherworldly disgusting. For the Cubs trying to save their season, you have Matthew Boyd. Do not expect Matthew Boyd to go 6, or I'm not even going to finish that sentence because I was about to say another number, but he's probably going to go 1, maybe 2 innings, maybe 3 at most, and then come out, and it's going to be a full-blown bullpen game after that. The Cubs avoided being ejecto-seatoed from the playoffs. The Yankees, well, let's talk about it. Springer, there he is doubling, and they actually decided to pitch to Vladdy for some reason. I know they trust in Cam Schlittler, but like, you can't pitch to this guy. That is Vladdy's 9th RBI already. McMahon, off a lefty, hello, this is by far his biggest moment so far in pinstripes. So it's 1-1 after 4 innings. Springer, he put the Blue Jays back up by 1 on a sac fly. Ernie Clement has been Derek Jeter this postseason. Another multi-hit game, but Cal got his ground ball with 1 out, so the inning Jazz booted it. He botched it. He is as sure-handed as it gets when it comes to second base defenders. Maybe it was the umpire getting in the way or the tough hop. That ball was scorched, and you got to feel for Cam because he did his job. Devin Williams, he did his job at first. He struck out Springer. Then Andres stole second base. In steps the runner in scoring position machine from the regular season, Nathan Lucas. That is a 2-run single, and you could feel like the air being sucked out of Yankee Stadium. Miles Straw added another run, but I'm not going to show it because it was literally rage-inducing. I'm going to skip to this. Ben Rice, he worked a walk. Austin Wells, he's up with the bases loaded against Jeff Hoffman, who's been struggling to find the zone, and he swung at the first pitch, a splitter up there. Really? Maybe he was expecting a fastball. I mean, that's just a bad approach in my opinion. Aaron Judge, he had a rocket RBI single off the wall. He had multiple base hits in every single game versus the Blue Jays. He ends his postseason with a 500 batting average with 7 RBIs. I know I kind of spoiled it, but no one else really showed up. Bellinger, he chased as the Blue Jays. They advanced for the first time since 2016 to the American League Championship Series. And after the game, Vladdy Jr. as well as Big Papi and manager John Schneider, they had some words to say.
The Yankees lose. The Yankees lose. Let's go, baby.
Every single one of you bullpen game, Nathan Lucas, Miles Straw, all you mother it takes everybody every day. Start spreading the news. We're going!
Before we talk about the final game, the Dodgers and the Phillies, I got to talk about Volpe, Grisham, Bellinger, Stanton, a bunch of other guys. Anthony Volpe took 0 walks this entire postseason and struck out 16 times and 26 at-bats. In this series against the Jays, he went 1 for 15 with 11 strikeouts. So lucky for him, his stats were boosted up by a great series against the Red Sox. He was completely useless against the Jays. Stanton, they call him playoff Stanton. He didn't hit 1 home run, and you excuse his health concerns and all the money because he's playoff Stanton. He's about to be 36 years old, and thankfully the Marlins money kicks in over the next 3 years. But what do you do with Stanton? Because again, he's not 29 years old anymore. Do you keep him and just hope that he's playoff Stanton every single year? I feel like, yeah, you could do that, but also, can he be that guy every single year at this age? Trent Grisham, he's about to be a free agent. He had 0 RBIs the entire playoff. He also struck out a ton as well. I think he had a 35% strikeout rate in the playoffs. He's about to be a free agent. Bellinger's going to be a free agent because he's 100% going to opt out. He did homer in that game 2 route, a meaningless home run, but for the postseason, he had a sub 260 on base. Do they bring him back? What do they do with Jason Dominguez? By the way, you have Devin Williams, Paul Goldschmidt, Luke Weaver all becoming free agents as well. This team could look dramatically different in 2026 or not at all. And to me, if it does look different, it's probably going to be because Bellinger leaves and they bring in a Kyle Tucker or something like that. If you're a Yankees fan, who takes the blame for this series? It's definitely not Aaron Judge. Was it Brian Cashman and the way that he constructed the lineup? Was it Aaron Boone? Honestly, I don't think that this was an Aaron Boone dumpster fire. I don't really think that was the case. I think that it was just the way that the roster was constructed, or maybe the approach that they have to hitting, because the Blue Jays, they showed that when you put the ball in play, good things happen. Aaron Nola's on the bump, but not for long, because he goes 2 shutout with 3 strikeouts. He was good. Tommy Tinks, he is getting the scoring started in Game 3 off of Ranger Suarez of all people, so Nola was kind of an opener. Philly cannot get swept. It just cannot happen. Schwarber. Oh, he hit one to the 3-eye Atlas Comet. If you know, you know. Literally almost out of Dodger Stadium for his first of 2 on the day. Yamamoto, I think, had a no-hitter through that point. Harper, he got on base with a few base hits. He had a walk as well. He got on base 3 times. Báez, he threw a ball away on a Bohm single. Harper gets the score on this one. Marsh, he then takes advantage of the free advancements. He has a sac fly, so it's 3-1 off of Yoshinobu. Anthony Banda, he clutched up with a strikeout, but then the other lefty on the bump, Ranger, he also clutched up. A double play ends the 6th inning, so Ranger goes 5 innings, just a 1 earned run. He has a 1.48 career ERA in the postseason. Kershaw does not. It's almost 3 full points higher. Sandy Koufax is watching this baseball fly out. JT Realmuto is batting .385 in the playoffs. He is a free agent next year, but he's going to be 35 years old. Where is he going to go? Is he going to stay? And also, how much is he going to get? Trey Turner, make it 2 more runs batted, and he's batting .333 with a 4-something on base. And Schwarber, this is what you call light tower power. That first home run was just straight up power, but this one was hit so far up in the air that you could call it light tower. He broke out the slump in a big way. He now has 22 postseason home runs, which officially passes Bernie Williams for the 3rd most ever. He's behind Altuve with 27 and Manny Ramirez with 29. By the way, Kershaw now has a 4.63 ERA in the playoffs. He's allowed 10 earned runs his last 2 1/3 postseason innings. I mean, I just don't get it with this guy. And I know he's older, so you can kind of make those excuses, but he's been a shell of himself when it matters the most. Speaking of being a shell of himself, Ohtani went 0 for 5 in that game with a strikeout. He is now 1 for 14 with 7 strikeouts in this series. Is Ohtani about to start getting some playoff pumpkin hate? You guys gotta let me know. The Phillies stay alive. We get a Game 4 later today. I should be live watching it on Playback with Cougs46. I'll see you guys over there. We have Christopher Sanchez versus Tyler Glasnow. Sanchez, he's always going to command the zone and deploy that changeup to get some swing and misses and a ton of ground balls. Glasnow has a 30% strikeout rate versus the current Phillies roster, but also a near 14% walk rate. Again, it's not just the Phillies in general, dating back to his wild days with the Pirates. These are versus the current Phillies hitters throughout his career. So who do you have winning Game 4? Can the Phillies make it to a Game 5? To end today's recap, back in 1996, the year that I was born, Derek Jeter got a free home run courtesy of a fan reaching over and stealing, quite literally stealing the ball and bringing it back over, and they called it a home run. That's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.